Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at something that, frankly, redraws the entire map for how you're going to build your career. Our mission is to really analyze this huge shift from being a job specialist, the person who goes deep on one single thing, to becoming what our sources are calling an AI generalist.
Right.
This is the person who can solve, literally any problem you throw at them just by leveraging AI.
And it's an urgent pivot. It really is. The data we're seeing shows that those templated, kind of repetitive jobs.
The SOP-driven stuff.
Exactly. The ones where you're just following a script or refactoring old ideas, they're facing intense pressure. They're being eliminated fast.
So who thrives then?
It's the original thinkers.
Yeah.
The people who can generate a new strategy and then use AI as this unbelievably powerful tool to execute it.
That's the real distinction, isn't it? It's not about being replaced by AI. It's about being replaced by people who use AI better than you.
100%.
So today we're going to start with the cold, hard reality of job displacement, especially in tech. Then we'll lay out this incredible step-by-step roadmap, level 0 to level 5, for becoming an AI generalist.
And we'll finish with some very specific high-profit business ideas for, the solopreneur.
Okay, so let's unpack this. The end of specialization. It feels counterintuitive.
It does, because for decades, the wisdom was, go deep, become the #1 expert in C++ or corporate law.
Right.
But that's becoming dangerous. Companies now, they want people who can solve broad, messy problems. They don't just want a specialist. They want a generalist who can apply AI across marketing and finance and product all at once.
So we're already seeing the fallout from this.
We are. It's hitting the junior and mid-level workforce hard. Look at engineering. Placement rates for entry-level jobs, which were always around 10%, have dropped to 6%.
Wow.
The market for that junior talent is it's shrinking. AI agents are taking over that foundational, repeatable work.
And I think the clearest, maybe the most brutal example of this is in the IT and software world, right?
Absolutely. We're not talking about simple chatbots anymore. This is a whole different level.
No, not at all. We're talking about these AI agents, things like Cursor, Windsurf.
Exactly. These are tools that are already writing and debugging code at a quality that is measurably higher than a mid-level human engineer.
Higher quality, not just faster.
Higher quality, but the speed is the killer factor. They do it 100 times faster. It's a completely different scale.
And the pace is it's staggering. I saw the Anthropic CEO predicted that by the end of this year, 90% of code will be written by AI.
90%.
That just fundamentally challenges the existence of a modern software team.
It completely changes the profession. If 90% of code is automated, then what Mark Zuckerberg is doing at Meta makes total sense.
Phasing out the mid-level engineers.
They're being phased out. Their job was to write and fix code. That job is disappearing. So the role itself will split into two extremes. You'll either be a software scientist doing pure research at a lab like OpenAI, or you'll be a very, very senior engineer whose job is just to manage the fleet of AI agents doing the work.
And this isn't just about coding, is it? We're seeing this agent revolution hit customer-facing roles, too.
Oh, absolutely. Take pre-sales. It's a historically expensive department. We looked at one case study. A company shrunk its 40-person pre-sales team.
40 people?
Down dramatically by using an AI voice agent. They nicknamed it Jerry.
Jerry the AI.
Yeah. So a new lead comes in, and Jerry calls them within 10 minutes to qualify them. A human team just can't do that at scale, or that fast. A human only gets involved after the lead is properly qualified.
And that same model, I imagine, applies to outreach, to SDRs.
It's a perfect replication.
Yeah.
You can now build these fully automated agent systems. This AI can monitor the news, see a company just raised $10 million.
Yeah.
And in that instant, it does all the research. Founder's name, their LinkedIn, their last 3 posts, and then it crafts this hyper-personalized email.
And it doesn't stop there, right?
Not at all. The agent handles the replies. It can understand basic budget questions, all based on logic you give it. It takes an entire team's function and just automates the whole thing.
So if you know how to build and run these systems, you are suddenly incredibly valuable.
That's why the market is demanding generalists, not specialists.
Okay, so this sounds less terrifying and more like a huge opportunity, but only if you're willing to make the shift. So how does someone actually do that? How do you make that transition?
Well, luckily, our sources lay out a very detailed 5-level framework to become this AI generalist. And the best part is anyone can start today at level 0.
All right, let's get into it. Level 0, explore tools. So this is just playing around.
That's it. The goal is pure immersion. You have to just play. Start with the big ones, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, but then go deeper.
What does deeper mean?
Use a directory, something like there is an AI for that .com, and find really specific tools for Excel, for content creation, for anything. That hands-on time builds the confidence you need to move up.
Okay, that feels achievable. What's next?
Level 1. Understand LLMs and prompting. This is where you go from just asking for an email to really mastering the method of prompt engineering.
It's a science, not just a question.
Exactly. You need to understand why a reasoning model, like GPT-4o, is better for brainstorming than a simple text model. You need to get your hands dirty with platforms like Hugging Face or the OpenAI Playground.
Playing with the settings.
Right. Experiment with things like temperature, which controls creativity, or p-value, which adjusts the diversity of the AI's vocabulary. Mastering those dials lets you get the exact output you need.
And then you move beyond just text. That's level 3.
Actually, level 2 is a deeper dive into prompting that we can skip for now. But yes, level 3, go beyond text. The AI Generalist has to be multimodal.
Images, video, audio.
All of it. You have to learn diffusion models. You're using tools like Stable AI, Comfy UI. And this is where you start training models on your own data. You're writing your style guide. So the output is uniquely yours.
So you're not just getting that generic templated AI response.
Never. That's the key.
And all of that knowledge then funnels into the next level.
Right into level 4. Build products. Now you can start building real MVPs, often without writing a single line of traditional code.
But there have always been limitations here, right?
2 big ones. First, a lot of tools used outdated, weaker AI models. But the second, and the biggest, was the context window.
The AI's short-term memory, basically.
Exactly. It was stuck in around 10,000 words for years. So you couldn't give it a big, complex code base to analyze because it would forget the beginning by the time it got to the end.
But this is where something huge just happened. The sources point to the launch of Llama 4.
Llama 4, with a 10 million token context window.
10 million? That's not just an upgrade. That feels like a phase shift.
It changes everything. 6 months ago, autonomous code generation was a theory. Today, it's an operational reality. A 10 million token window means the AI can absorb an entire massive code base and understand it all at once.
We're basically heading towards unlimited context.
We are. And that means a fully functional AI-written product it's imminent. The future is about directing these systems, not manually building them.
Which brings us to the final stage, the highest level of leverage.
Level 5. Master AI agents and automation. This is it. You're not just using AI. You're orchestrating teams of autonomous agents to solve complex, multi-step problems.
The sources mentioned a future team structure. What was it? 20% human, 80% AI.
That's the prediction. Yeah. And you're using tools like Make.com, Zapier, Relevance AI to build these workflows.
Can you give me a practical example of that?
Sure. Imagine you build an AI executive assistant. It attends every single product meeting for you. It gives you perfect summaries. But here's the magic. You can query it. You can ask, tell me the top 3 recurring problems in the last 5 meetings.
And it just knows. It turns all that meeting data into instant strategy.
Instant strategic intelligence. That's the power of a level 5 generalist.
Once you have that skill, the entire idea of a business changes.
The whole philosophy shifts. The sources say it's now easier to build 10 businesses that each make $1 million than one business trying to hit 10 million.
Because you can just replicate the automated process.
You replicate the SOP across countless little micro niches that big companies would never even bother with.
This is the solopreneur gold rush then. Let's talk about some of these high-profit business ideas.
Let's do it.
Idea 1. The automation agency. You're targeting small to medium-sized companies, the ones who need efficiency but can't afford a big consultant like Wipro.
Exactly. You come in as one person or a tiny team, and you sell them custom automation solutions built with Make and Zapier. It's pure value arbitrage. You solve their problem for a fraction of the cost, and you still make a huge margin.
Okay, I like that. What's number 2?
Idea 2. The Vibe Coding Studio. This is all about building super personalized, bespoke AI software for individuals.
What do you mean by vibe coding?
It means you're using your level 1 advanced prompting skills to capture the exact nuance, the tone, the vibe that a client wants. Maybe it's a custom habit tracker that works exactly the way their brain works.
And because it's so personalized, you can charge a premium.
A huge premium. We're talking thousands of dollars for what might only be a few hours of really complex prompting.
And the third idea?
Idea 3. Service as a software line. This is about replacing expensive human infrastructure. You build AI voice agents for customer support, maybe using a tool like VAPI.
And you sell that to small businesses.
You target businesses still using traditional call centers where the cost can be like $15 a minute. You replace that huge fixed cost with a scalable, super efficient AI service. You become completely essential to them.
These aren't just theories either. The sources gave some amazing real-world examples. My favorite was the investor grilling GPT.
Oh, that one is brilliant.
Yeah, an entrepreneur uploads their board deck to a voice-enabled GPT and then has the AI role-play a really tough, hostile investor.
Grilling them on every single number. It's the perfect high-stakes practice session.
Then there was the automated content idea generator. This workflow was just genius.
So it starts with Feedly scraping the internet for news and topics. That data gets sent via make.com to a ChatGPT API.
And this isn't a generic API. It's been trained on the creator's last 300 videos, right? And all their performance data.
Precisely. So it knows what works for their audience. And here's the key. It rates each new idea on a scale of 1 to 10.
And it only bothers the human if the score is high enough.
It only sends a Slack notification if the rating is above a 7. So the creator spends maybe 10 minutes a day looking at a highly filtered list of proven ideas instead of hours brainstorming.
That is true leverage. And there was one more, a learning hack.
Right, using platforms like Meetup AI, you can just drop in a video of this conversation, for example, and then you can chat with it.
So if we mentioned diffusion model and you don't know what that is,
you just ask the AI, what's a diffusion model? And it will explain it to you and even give you a time-stamped link to the exact moment we said it in the video. That's like a personal tutor for any content.
So when we put this all together, what's the big takeaway for someone listening to this right now?
The key to everything, the real secret, is pairing those AI native skills, that whole level 0 to 5 roadmap, with original thinking.
Original thinking is the input, AI is the multiplier.
It's the exponential output multiplier. Look, generic templated AI stuff will be everywhere. It'll be cheap, it'll be disposable. But the person who brings a truly novel thought to the table and then uses AI to execute it
will achieve stunning results, unmatched advantage.
Totally. And that leads to a really provocative thought to leave you with. It really underscores just how deep this shift goes.
Okay.
Some recent research suggests that AI doesn't actually understand English or any human language the way we do.
What do you mean?
When you give it a prompt, it translates our words into its own internal incomprehensible language, this black box. It does its calculation in that alien language, finds the answer,
and then translates it back into English for us.
Exactly. It just shows that we're dealing with a truly non-human intelligence. It's operating in its own dimension, and it just highlights the need for us to constantly be learning and adapting to figure out how to best work with this incredible tool.
The world is changing faster than ever. If your job right now relies on following a template or just repeating a process, you are absolutely in the risk category. But the opportunity is just immense.
It's huge.
So embrace the shift, look at that roadmap, and start your level 0 exploration today.